I am Asser. So a couple days ago, I said I'm gonna make a Q&A video for hitting 1000 subscribers. And that's exactly what happened. I hit 1000 subscribers and I told you guys to ask me some questions and I'm gonna answer them. So I'm going to be answering all 15 questions that were asked in the community post that I said. So let's begin. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading them in the order that they're shown in the community post. But I'm gonna read all of them because there isn't that much. So the first question is by MatrixGD15. It asks, how many more updates are you going to make? And what inspired you to be a YouTuber? So I'm not sure how many updates this mod is gonna have. It just depends on how it's gonna be. And what inspired me to be a YouTuber? I don't know, I just record. Next question is by JuniorFishy2014. He asks, is there more characters in your Lobotomy FNF mod? Designs are changing. So I can tell that his English isn't that good, but I can tell what he's trying to say. He's probably questioning how many characters in my mod are getting redesigns, which basically all of them. Some old sprite sheets are being reworked again. Next question is by RQY123. He asks 3 questions. 1. How many characters will you add? 2. Who is your least favorite Lobotomy? And 3. Do you like chicken nuggets? So to answer your first question on how many characters I'm gonna add, I'm not sure myself. I keep adding characters every so on. And my least favorite Lobotomy, it's kinda difficult to think because I like all of them. But anyway, remaining kinda suck. And his third question, do I like chicken nuggets? Hell yeah. So next question is by Alice. It says, congratulations on getting 1000 subscribers. Anyways, the question is, will you add more fan-made difficulties or lobotomies or whatever the shit you want to call them? And also, how's your day? My day is good. And to answer your question, still same thing as I said, I'm not sure. I keep adding a few lobotomies every single time and difficulty phases, and yeah. Next question is by Griffiths. It says, June 23rd, yes or no? Yeah. Next question is by King Lobotomy 587. It says, how you make a sprite for your FNF? God, I didn't realize how many people can't speak English that well in my comment section. But he basically asks, how do I make my FNF sprite sheets for my mod? Which I was planning on doing a tutorial, but I can't do tutorials. I sometimes do something bad. So just to tell you this, I use Clip. I use the faded line so I can do the coloring correctly, the faded thing. And if you know how to animate, well, yeah, I'll probably do a tutorial. I'm not sure. So next question is by Holon. It says, do you plan to rework Boyfriend's sprites? Because it looks like his icon is different from the original icon in the Snapchat leak. Ah, see, this guy knows. If you don't know, in the other leaks for like Fern, Angel, Matrix Demon, the others, they all didn't have an icon. It just used to be just an empty thing without an icon. So to answer your question, maybe. Next question is by Bagel99. It says, what's your favorite lobotomy? So here's the thing, I like all lobotomies equal, but anyway, remaining kinda sucks. But if you really wanna know, it's probably either Fire in the Hole or Wind from the Landscape. Alright, I like these. So this next one isn't really a question, but Deki and Friends asks or requests, can you add Casual, Tough, and Cruel from the More Difficulties mod to your Geometry Dash mod? So, well, you see, Cruel was already leaked, so you would probably know what's gonna happen next. Next question is by Diolix_. He asks, why did you make a lobotomy mod? Oh boy. So if you don't know this, the old point of my channel was just gonna be like making random FNF mods every day. But then I decided to make an FNF mod about Rock on the Ground. Then I updated it. Then I updated it with reworks. Then I went down the path and now we're here. Hi. Next question is by Tomato_MPG. It says, what art program do you use? Well, here's the thing, I already answered that, which is Clip. So, yeah. Next question is by Moh is the best 346. He asks, why did you decide to rework the Lobotomy mod? So, let me ask you something. If I didn't rework the Lobotomy mod and kept Harder looking like this, and Insane looking like this, and R looking like this, and NA looking like this, would you still think that my mod would be successful if I continued that path? No. So next question is by Cooled Crafter. It says, next question is by Le9th Games. It says, why are you like this? So this is either you're trying to tell me that I look ugly, or you're trying to just say the voice line that Kane said in the Making This Little Circus. But if it's a serious question and you're asking why I look like this, I don't know. And final question is by aimbot_plays, and he says, since when you met Cooled Crafters? So how it all happened is, it's like some day in February, I'm like going to his channel, going to community posts, then see that he has a Discord server. Then I decided to join it, and we talked. Then we became friends, then we became best friends. Then I boosted his server, and he gave me legendary, and now we're very good friends. So I'm just gonna say this: if Cooled Crafters didn't make FNF Lobotomy and I got inspired by him, I wouldn't be here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I was trying a new style of videos today, like Q&A. I talk to a subscriber, they ask me and I answer. So if you like this type of videos, I can do them very easily and stuff like that. Tell me in the comments. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully the mod will be out.